Hello, I'm Anthony David Hobbs, and this is my review of Red Dwarf. Now, this is the first ever one. I haven't done any reviews of Red Dwarf at all, and I thought, I've been a big fan since I was about 7, so yeah, it's about time to do a review. At first, my plan was to review, Red Dwarf in general, the whole saga, but then I thought there's so much to Red Dwarf, so many characters, so many situations, and character development. If you squeezed all that into one measly little review, that would look a bit silly. Then I thought, well, how about this? Review each individual season, yeah. But then I thought, again, that's too much to take in. Then I noticed something that has become popular on the internet recently, reviewing whole episodes. So I thought, just one episode per review. So I thought, okay, I'll have a crack at that. Again, that's something I haven't done before. So this is my review of the first ever episode of Red Dwarf called The End. Yeah, it's not your stereotypical title for a first episode. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, Red Dwarf was first broadcast in February of 1988. It was not very well advertised, and only 500,000 people saw the first ever episode broadcast in Britain, and I was one of them. I was one of those 500,000. Yes, I was 7 years old, and I didn't know what the heck it was. It had, as I said, not very well advertised. My mum and dad watched a TV show called Food and Drink, about home economics, that sort of thing, and what's good food and what's good wine and all that. Not of any great interest to me, no, but my mum and dad said you can go to bed at 9:30, and I watched the first episode of Red Dwarf on my own. I had no idea what it was, just what the hey, I'm not busy doing anything, so see what it's about. And it was clearly an outer space adventure, and yes, I loved space adventures when I was a kid, but it was something different, I don't think I'd ever seen a sci-fi sitcom before. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, yeah, I'd seen a bit of that. But it was a very rare thing, a sci-fi sitcom. Now, Red Dwarf, it was in development hell, I think as far back as 1985. The two writers came up with this idea for it, and they changed the names of the characters, changed the actors that played them, and all stuff lots of times. Finally, they got what worked, what made the story work and make it funny. But nobody wanted it. No TV stations wanted it. Yeah, and at the end of each episode of season 1, it says the year it was made, 1987, but it was broadcast of February the following year. So yes, nobody wanted it. Yeah. Another thing is it didn't have anyone monumentally famous in it. It had people with a lot of acting experience, but nobody instantly recognisable. At least not in 1988. And once it started, oh yes, it took off. Yeah, it became a hit straight away. Yeah. And I remember after the first episode, I persuaded my family to watch it. And episode 2, they loved it. They wanted to see more and more and more, yeah. And they said, how come there's a humanoid cat creature in it? And I said, because there was a big radiation leak and the ship's cat mutated into this strange humanoid cat. I was half right thinking that, only half right. No, what had really happened was this. Lister, the main character, had gone into hibernation for 3 million years. But that was too much for a 7-year-old to take in, so I just assumed, a short time had passed. No, what had really happened was this. The mining ship Red Dwarf, a massive ship, about 1/2 mile wide and 5 miles long, and it's on a mission, as it's just do lots of mining. The reason it's so big, it's like a tanker, it carries massive amounts of fuel for spaceships, yeah. And anyway, Lister broke one of the rules, and as punishment, he was put in hibernation, or they call it stasis, for 18 months, yeah. But no, seconds will have passed for him, but only 18 months will pass for him. But when he comes out of the stasis, you think, no, 3 million years have passed, and he's stranded in deep space. Oh, right, okay. So that's what makes it different, this real feeling of isolation, being cut off from civilization. Yeah, okay, I'll start with the story. Yes, Lister is the first one to say the word smeghead. Todd Hunter says smeghead and all that and everything. I thought Lister was a bit of a smeghead. Okay, first impressions, right? I didn't like the character of Lister. I thought he was mean, a bit of a bully, teasing people, and he had long hair. I did not like long hair when I was 7 foot. No, that was a thing of the 70s. And I wasn't born in the 70s. That's old hat. That's the past. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Any TV show looked really dated or unfashionable if a man has long hair. I thought that is not a good look. All men should have short hair. I'm a bit more tolerant now. No, I don't care now if men have long hair or short hair. But at the time, very against long hair, yeah. And so in other words, as the episode wrapped up, I realised, no, Lister is the lead character. So a character I don't particularly like is the lead of. Oh, no, that puts a bit of a damper on things. And it has happened before in other films and TV shows, a character I don't particularly like, and then to my horror, it turns out to be the lead character. Oh, dear. However, big however, I did warm to Lister over the next few weeks, yes. The sort of character initially you don't like, but no, he does have some good qualities, yes. Although he has bad eating habits. Sometimes he can be brave, sometimes he looks at the big picture and does what needs to be done to save the ship, So, yes, he's useful when it counts, yes. He gets the job done when it's ultimately necessary. Plus, there's nobody else to do it, there's that too, yeah. And Rimmer, a character very different from Lister, has short hair. He's very ambitious, very respectful, very into scientific jargon, and he can't relax. He's always busy studying all the time, whereas Lister's very carefree and what the hell, irresponsible, get drunk, eat curry, go to parties, Two characters so utterly different, and yet they work together and they share the same bunk beds in the same quarters, yeah. So, okay, Chance has put these two very different characters together, yeah. And Rimmer is over-ambitious in that he's a vending machine repairman. He is one slight bit higher in rank than Lister, but not very much. And he wants to be an astronavigator. That's a bit of a leap, isn't it? That's a totally different job. You have to be way more intelligent. Yeah, so he's over-ambitious. To get clever, you have to get clever in stages. A bit more clever, slightly more like that. But no, he wants to become an absolute genius overnight. So he's over-ambitious and not being very practical. So when he's studying the bit when he's writing all the equations on his legs, and he's like, oh, they don't make any sense. None of this is sinking in. Well, yes, because he's impatient. He wants too much too soon. Speaking of over-ambitious, the character Lister is not so very different to Rimmer. In that, yeah, he always complains about Rimmer annoying him, but he can be pretty annoying back as well, yeah. And, but then Lister thinks, I'm not annoying, I'm just behaving the way I do naturally. Well, that's not how it works. You can't order someone to never be annoying if you're going to be annoying yourself, yeah. And Lister, he really fancies Kachansky, who's like a kind of navigation officer, from a very different background, very high class, very prim and proper. And he reckons he's in with a chance of dating her. So again, being very over-ambitious, yes. Yes, Lister and Rimmer seem like two hapless, useless characters, but they want to better themselves, they just don't quite know how, yeah. Okay, the story. Well, Holly is the name of the ship's computer, like computer graphics are like his face, or 1980s computer graphics. And, yes, he gives announcements and everything, tells them what's going on. And perhaps his most famous line is, when Lister's let out of stasis, there's no humans anywhere. There's nothing but piles of dust everywhere. He goes, what's happened? Where's the crew? They're dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. What, Todd Hunter? He's dead, Dave. Oh, all Peterson, or all my friends, Selby, they're dead. He's dead. They are dead. Everyone is dead, Dave. So, yes, it's very sad. Everyone's gone, And then when he says, wait a minute, how could this have happened in such a short time? It takes a long time for people to turn into piles of dust. How long was I in stasis? And Holly said, well, I couldn't let you out until the radiation level was safe. How long? 3 million years. And Lister's like, 3 million years? I've still got that library book. Yes, civilization has come to an end, yeah. Oh, yes, and I always thought Rimmer was a ghost. Well, not quite. He's a hologram, yes, because it's futuristic. So they cannot bring the dead back to life, no, but they can make a hologram, which is a simulation, an exact copy of their personality. So he sees Rimmer, the hologram, not very pleased to see him, no, of all the people to bring back, Holly brought him back, but he'll have to do it. It's his only companion, yeah. And Rimmer's like, I have the same feelings, same emotions, but I can't physically touch anything. I'm a hologram. Then they meet the cat, who's like a humanoid cat creature, and they go, what the heck is going on here? And Holly says, well, because you smuggled a cat inside that was pregnant, yeah, over 3 million years, a whole civilization of cats have been born, yeah. And Lister doesn't understand, so Holly says it in terms he can understand. Humans evolved from apes, yes. He evolved from cats, yeah. So he's the descendant over millions of years of lots of other cat people. So where are all the other cats then? Yeah. Well, that's explained in a future episode. So in other words, Lissa is the last human alive. The cat is the last of all the cat people alive. So yes, the last remnants of a once great civilization, yeah. And there's loads and loads of jokes throughout the series, but one consistent joke, one joke that is like the overall joke over the whole thing. The last survivors of a great civilization, and they're idiots, morons. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to build a civilization, yeah. They're all that's left, but they will have to do, yeah. Okay, so yes, the first episode is called The End, and at the end of the episode it says The Beginning. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and I'm never bored.